Okay, Mr. Rainey, come on up. Have you found a job yet?
No.
What
No.
efforts have you made to find a job?
I'm talking to my old boss. I've been calling him. He's out of town right now on a job, but he told me as soon as he gets back, he'll talk to he's 50-50 with the company. He owns 50% of it, and he's talking to the other guy. He said as soon as he gets back, but he says that he doesn't have a problem with me coming back to the job as long as his partner Steve doesn't have a problem with it.
Mhm.
And I also put an application for affiliated.
How old are you, sir?
21 years old.
How are you paying for this apartment if you don't have a job?
I live with my cousin and like uh, my girlfriend's really paying my part right now.
The girlfriend who you hid her keys so she wouldn't leave? That girlfriend?
Yeah.
I mean, it's effective, Judge. What is she going to do? Walk?
Yes, ma'am.
This is your third public intoxication in a month.
Yes, ma'am.
What's the plan with you and alcohol? Is it alcohol?
Yes, ma'am.
I was thinking about just keep drinking it.
Well, getting arrested 3 times in the last month should be a sign. Is it a sign to you? Because it hadn't been one yet. But having this conversation, is that
If I was sober, I might pick up on that, Judge.
a sign?
Tired of going to jail, ma'am.
You what?
So I'm tired of going to jail. Alcohol's not worth it. I know it's not.
Well, I mean, are you really the kind of person who hides a girlfriend's keys so she won't leave? Is that really you?
I mean, that's me sober. Me, yeah. I just didn't want her to
Sober
leave.
you hide somebody's keys so they won't leave?
I didn't want her to leave, ma'am.
Well, it's not your job to make that decision.
You're right, ma'am.
I mean,
He seriously got the question wrong. That yeah, that's me. I mean, especially if I'm sober. Good Lord.
you basically imprisoned somebody by doing that. You don't have that right. Nobody has that right.
Yes, ma'am.
And when we tell you to do job search, we mean for you to go tread the pavement, not just call your old boss back, who you probably burned bridges with, probably, and say, can I have my job back? And then just apply it at one place. You're supposed to be doing this every day until you find a job. I don't think I'm ready to accept a guilty plea from you. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Oh.
Because I'm not sure you're getting the message that you need to do some treatment. I mean, you've been 21. You said you're 21, and you turned 21 6 weeks ago.
I don't.
Or when's your birthday? March or August?
August.
Yeah. So you turned 21 in August, right? So since August 3rd, you've had 3 public intoxications. I mean, you do understand that's incredibly unusual, right? Okay. Where are your parents?
My dad's in jail
What for?
violating a BPO.
Oh, a protective order?
Yeah.
So did you learn this pattern of behavior from your dad? That it's okay to hide your girlfriend's keys and not let her leave? Is that how you were taught how you behave?
Yes, you can say that.
Where's your mama?
She's an alcoholic too.
How's that been for you growing up like that?
Wasn't fun.
So why are you continuing this pattern?
I don't know.
Where'd you go to high school?
Vernon, Texas.
In Vernon? What led you to come here?
My wife.
Is that your wife or your girlfriend?
I'm with somebody else, but I'm married.
But that's not working out
Which one?
with the wife. Well, right now it shouldn't be working out with the girlfriend.
No, that's not the wife. That's the side chick, Judge. This is way better than I expected.
If she's smart. But so where's your wife?
She left. She
Why?
went back, she went back to Oklahoma to be with her dad, and I didn't want to go back.
Okay. Do you have any children?
Yeah,
Where are they?
with their mom,
Is that your wife?
the one that went to Oklahoma.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's my wife. And
How many children do you have?
I have one that's biologically mine, and then the other one, she got raped. So I just took him over, but it's still my kid.
Sure. You've been raising that child.
Yeah,
So how are you financially supporting your children?
I'm not at the moment.
Mr. Rainey, I just hate to tell you this, but you've grown up with obviously parents who had their own very big problems, which have affected you and your ability to make decisions and to use rational thinking and wisdom. So maybe you haven't seen patterns of that, but you need to identify that and go, I don't want to be. I mean, do you want for those two kids? Do you want me to have that conversation with them in 20 years or somebody who's doing my job? And they'll be like, well, my grandpa went to jail. My mom was an alcoholic, or my grandma was an alcoholic. My dad was an alcoholic, because that's what you're on the way to. If you don't stop this, you're
Oh,
living
he's
with
already
your
arrived.
cousin, you're not working, you're not looking for a job the way you're supposed to. Because when you saw the judge on August 12th, and then you saw her again on September 18th, and she was nice enough to give you job search. And I'm not hearing anything about, I've applied at Toot and Totem, I've gone to Tyson, I've gone to Swift, I've, I want to be a welder, I want to be a plumber, I want to be an electrician. I mean, what do you
I have
want
the
to
paper. I have the paper at home where I like every place that I've applied for. I just right now I could just remember affiliated, but I have like 3 or 4 things down. I'm just waiting for calls back. But
3 or
that's
4 things since September 18th? I mean,
Well, the rest are on. Like, I don't know if I'm able to put them down because they're online. They're on Indeed. I didn't know if
People write them down. They write them down.
I just didn't know if I was supposed to only write down the ones in person.
No, I would be writing. You know what? Because here's the deal. If you come back and I don't think you've made a good faith effort to find a job, I may just put you in jail. So if it was me and I knew that I could possibly go to jail, I would write down every single thing I've done.
So even the online ones I can put down.
Yeah, because a lot of places that's the only way you can apply. Have you gone to staffing agencies? Have you gone to Red Cap, Express, SOS,
I went to Red Cap and
Express, SOS?
Ready?
Goodwill has a staffing agency.
okay.
I mean, there's a lot out there. There's no reason to not be working other than your own issues.
Yes, ma'am.
And if I had an employee who in the last 6 weeks has been in jail 3 times at the age of 21 for being drunk and disorderly, I might not want to keep that employee. So unless you start making changes, unless you start reflecting on that childhood that did you no good and watching patterns of behavior that you shouldn't have had to watch and that maybe have been inflicted on you, unless you start addressing those, because you're not the one that got arrested for DWI. No, somebody else did. You're going to end up with much more serious issues.
It's a long time ago in Potter.
You got a DWI already?
I think like a week after I turned 21 or before I even turned 21.
I'm not a therapist, Mr. Rainey, but I'm looking at you going, you gotta put the brakes on. You gotta look in the mirror and go, I love myself enough to take care of myself. I love myself enough. And honestly, I have this conversation with the single moms that come in who are like, oh, I couldn't do this. I couldn't do this. I couldn't take care of these tickets because I was taking care of my kids. And I call on all that and I go, it doesn't matter. You have to take care of your tickets. You have to not be at warrant. And you, sir, you need to work to take care of yourself, to take care of these kids that you love. You might not work something out with these mamas, but you want to be a dad, don't you?
Of course.
I mean, I used to be a family law attorney. We used to tell people that you knew how to make kids. So you must have wanted to have a kid if you knew how to make a kid.
Of course.
So, of course. And of course you want to be the best dad out there.
Not really. The making is more fun than the having. I'm not going to lie to you.
So you're going to have to grow up. You're going to have to, there's places
That's
here in
no
town you can
problem.
go to get some help. And I'm not just talking AA. I'm talking there's treatment facilities you can go to. You can go to talk to TPC if you need to get a therapist. You can go to family support services. There are people, you can go to churches. There's lots of churches that have ministries that help people with your issues. But you can't drink them away.
Yes,
So.
ma'am.
Okay. We hadn't even been in jail long enough for me to give you any jail credit. So I guess I'll let you plead guilty or no contest, but you can plead not guilty. You do whatever you want.
No contest.
Okay. I'm going to give you a $500 fine. I'd give you a $5,000 fine if I could, if whatever it's going to take to get that message across to you. It's $581 total. You'd get 0 jail credit. You still need to be here on Monday. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Do not miss court on Monday.
I won't.
0 credit. Probably if you see me, we'll probably put you back on that job search. Bring your log in with you when you come. I want to see the progress. Write down your Indeed searches. Okay? Okay. See the deputy on your way out.
was the end of April, first part of May. I can tell you an exact date if you need it.
That's okay. And then, do you recall when it expires?
6 months from then, so it would be October, I believe. Let me tell you exactly when I filed it. It looks like
Yeah,
I've got
sorry.
an October 30 expiration.
Yes, that sounds right.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor. So Crystal, let's talk about the date of June 1st of this year. Do you recall that date?
I do.
All right. Were you home on that date?
I was not.
Okay, where were you?
I was in Australia.
All right, and what happened on that day?
I was in Australia, time difference, obviously. My daughter called me in a panic because her room is on the front side of the home. And she saw Kayla's vehicle in front of our home. And what we thought was a male walking up to our house. Kayla has in other court hearings said it was not, it was a female. It was a ways away. So, they were coming to serve she was contesting the PPO, so the paperwork for that. So,
And, and were you on just regular phone call? Were you on video
FaceTime.
call? Were you texting?
Well, she called me regular first, and because my service, we were in the mountains, it wasn't coming in, so I got to a cafe, and I put her on FaceTime.
Okay. And what could you see on FaceTime?
Kayla's vehicle outside my home.
Okay, so it wasn't facing your daughter, it was facing out towards the street?
I object.
What's the objection, Ms. Morrissey?
I never parked or put my car in park.
Okay, well, nonetheless, that is an objection. You can cross-examine her
Okay,
on that with questions, but
thanks, Your Honor.
that's not an objection. I'll allow the testimony. The objection's overruled. You may proceed.
Thank you.
So you could see out, it wasn't, sometimes when people FaceTime, that's pointed towards the person you're talking to. Your
So
daughter
yes, her phone was facing out the window. She showed me out the window.
All right, and did you recognize Miss Morrissey's car?
Yes,
Okay, was there anybody else at the home at this time?
there was a number of people. It was my daughter, her best friend, my sister-in-law, and then my nanny,
All right, and what is your nanny's name?
Stephanie Farr.
Okay. And she was present the entire time, as far as you know?
Yes, everybody was present the entire time.
Okay. All right, and then I'm going to show something that, Your Honor, I'd like marked as proposed Exhibit 1. It's just a Google Street View. There is my share screen. There it is. So, Crystal, I am sharing what I have marked as, prosecutor proposed Exhibit 1. Do you know what this is a picture of?
That is a picture of where I live. My home being the one that is marked in red.
Okay, and is this a true and accurate picture of
That is Brecken doing a good job of editing right there.
map of the streets in front of your house?
It is.
We want to laugh at her, but not dox her.
Okay, thank you. Your Honor, I'd move to admit this as Exhibit 1.
Any objection to the aerial view as Exhibit 1, Ms. Morrissey?
The aerial view will not show anything, so I do not believe that it is a visual, that it has any visual bearing. So yeah, I would say I object to the aerial in terms of being able to see anything on there. I cannot confirm that that is where she lives.
Okay, well, I will overrule the objection. It appears
Okay.
to be a Google representation of the location. However, you may cross-examine on that topic as well, Ms. Morrissey.
Okay, thanks, Your Honor.
So it may be admitted.
And then, okay, so I believe actually that I have no more questions for Crystal at this time.
Very well. Any cross-examination, Ms. Morrissey?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may proceed.
So the reason I came today, I also wanted to disclose to you, it looks like there was a motion to terminate on the 28th. I did send some evidence to Lisa. I had court that day with Engel. So it wasn't that I just didn't show up. I most certainly would have wanted to terminate this at Crystal's request because I think this is unnecessary time in the court. But my cross-examination is that Crystal said that that the person that I had at process serve, for one, I was not within a certain amount of feet of her home. The car was
Objection,
never
Your Honor, I
stopped.
don't hear a
Okay, you have
question.
to form it like a question, Ms. Morrissey, to ask
Okay.
if Ms. Crystal, Ms. Ranger
So far, I'm full team Crystal here.
has
Yes.
information.
Okay, sorry about that, Your Honor. Crystal, did you call my phone on the 24th, you and your son, over 8 times after I was discharged from the hospital, Trinity Health, for the assault from your ex-husband?
I have never called your phone because I did not have your phone number. And what does that have to do with this case? This has nothing to do with a PPO violation.
What it has to do,
I called your father and your sister, not you. You got on the phone. If you would have came to the evidentiary hearing, you would have had the recordings that I collected.
so my point here is that it's perjurous. I have all of these phone calls, Your Honor. I've already admitted them. If you didn't get them, I can resend them.
Do
I
they
But my
have
did-
main-
anything to
Honor,
do with this
you have
violation?
objection.
This has nothing to do with the case.
Okay, so did you say that the person that was process serving stood outside your house and was cussing out your daughter?
I did not
yelling
say that.
profanity?
I did
Okay,
not say
so at
that.
our,
So
so at
read,
our last hearing.
okay, so you need to read what I
did
said
not
before
say
you
that.
ask me that, because I did not say that. That's incorrect. Read what's in front of you. It was all served to you.
Your Honor, not at the last meeting where I was with Engel, but she did mention that in the first meeting. That was my biggest concern. I was not within a certain amount of feet, but I have a witness with me today to testify because
Okay,
she did
well,
say
I'm gonna
that.
get to you too with your witness, but do you have any more questions for Ms. Ranger?
Yes, Miss Ranger, have I ever threatened you? Have I ever called you? Have I ever emailed you? Have I ever had any communication with you whatsoever?
Yes, you have.
Okay, that's it. I object.
Okay,
That is not accurate.
all right, well,
That
and
the
Ms. Ranger,
response
you
you were
do
looking for?
have some additional restricted, one of your violations is restricted calls from Ms. Morrissey threatening you. Are you not raising those as an issue today? Are you sticking just to the service?
I mean, what I was told, I would have given the prosecutor all of the evidence for the PPO that I had for the evidentiary hearing because I gave it to the clerk that day on a zip drive. I didn't know we were talking about the evidentiary hearing because she didn't show up.
Okay, no, I
So are we
got it.
talking about the PPO violation or are we
Yeah,
talking
the
about?
violation, yes, yeah, in
Okay, so
violation.
the
So these would be-
violation, she came to
yeah.
my house, she admitted 2 other court dates, she admitted to it. So that's what I thought we're here for. If you need the
Not
evidence,
guilty plea. It's been a
Okay.
not guilty plea.
Well,
So I
right,
object.
and you did enter a not guilty plea, Ms.
Absolutely.
Morrissey, that
Yes.
the last line here says and restricted calls from her threatening me. I
Yes.
took it that was part of the violation.
yes, she has
You
called
did
my
not
phone
mention
multiple
that. I've
times.
never called her once, so I object to that. I have never
Okay.
called her.
Well, it doesn't sound like that's going to be an issue today. It sounds like we're just going
Exactly.
forward
I
on
want
the
space from
service.
her and I want peace from this, Your Honor. It's absolutely not okay.
All right. Well, any further questions, I guess, for Ms. Ranger from you, Ms. Morrissey?
At this time, no, Your
All
Honor.
right. Ms. Ranger and you have a like a condo association or homeowners association that pays to plow it and all that stuff?
That is correct.
Okay. All right. Ms. McNabb, any follow-up questions?
Just very briefly, Your Honor, since the phone calls were brought up, Crystal, have you been getting calls from unknown numbers or texts from unknown numbers?
Yeah, continuously since I filed the PPO.
Okay,
Obviously, they're unknown.
I object to that. I've never tried to reach out to her. In fact, I have
She's not-
anxiety and I'm
Okay, I can
intimidated.
take your testimony on that, Ms. Morrissey, but
Sorry,
the
Your Honor.
objection is, it has to be on an evidentiary basis. So she can testify she's getting these unknown numbers, but it sounds
Okay,
like
sounds good,
she's
Your
not
Honor.
identifying that necessarily.
Sounds great.
They came from you. So
Fair enough.
with that, Ms. McNabb, you may continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Crystal, do you have any reason to believe that these come from Ms. Morrissey?
Yes, I didn't receive them before the PPO and now I've started receiving them. I will say that after the 2 court dates ago with her, I haven't received any since then.
Okay.
But right following the court date that day, I did receive one. Again, if I had all of that for the evidentiary hearing.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. No further redirect.
Very good. Okay, all right, then you may step down from the witness stand, Ms. Ranger. Any additional witnesses or evidence, Ms. McNabb?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to call Ms. Stephanie Farr, who should be in the waiting room.
Very well.
She is in. Ms. Farr, can you please unmute and turn your camera on?
Did that work?
Yes, we can see you. And Ms. Farr, if you would please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that your testimony today will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very good. Thank you. You may proceed, Ms. McNabb.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your name is Stephanie Farr?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and Ms. Farr, how do you know Ms. Ranger?
I work with her, work for her.
In what capacity?
I nanny. I'm her assistant. I do all kinds of things for her.
All right. Were you present at her home on June 1st of 2025?
Yes, ma'am, I was.
All right, and could you please walk me through what happened that day?
I was in the basement. I could hear Lexi talking, and then I could hear Crystal's voice. And I had came upstairs and I just seen a gray Bronco pulling away from Crystal Ranger's house.
Okay. Did you hear anybody shout anything from the vehicle? Or
I did not. I did not.
and I'm gonna show you a aerial street view. Whereabouts would you say Ms. Morrissey's car was sitting?
I can't
I
see a
didn't
street.
share. I apologize. I thought I had it continue to share. I did not.
It was pulling down that main road
Okay, so like here?
towards the, yes, ma'am.
So like they
Yes.
were leaving.
Yes,
Okay. But they were right about here.
yes.
Okay.
Close enough I could see Bronco on the back and it was gray.
All right. And were you able to see a license plate?
I seen it. I don't remember what the numbers on it were. I do remember there was like a sticker, a shoe of some sort, it looked like, in one of the corners on a window.
Weird, I don't
All
have
right.
it. Don't have it.
All right, Your Honor, I would like to share something as proposed Exhibit 2. Ms. Farr, is this a true and accurate representation of the Bronco you saw that day?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Your Honor, I'd like to move for admission as Exhibit 2.
Any objection to exhibit number 2, Ms. Morrissey?
As I had stated in the first one, when I said I was not guilty, I was within like 300 feet. I did drop my process server off far enough for her to be able to walk to the door, and I was parked completely down the street to the extent that one of the neighbors actually came outside. I was parked down so far, they thought I needed something. So like I
But are
said,
you objecting? I mean, the objection I'm trying to get you just on
I'll
this
go
one
into the door.
photo. Is there anything about it that makes it untrue or,
The what?
you know, like it's been faked or something along those
It's a
lines?
depiction of a picture that looks similar to your vehicle. Is that a true?
Yes, it is. It is. It looks zoomed in. I was not close to the house, but that is my Bronco.
No,
Absolutely.
that's not your Bronco,
No, it is.
is it?
Yeah, that's my Bronco.
Okay,
It
and I do
looks
hear
zoomed
you're
in,
getting
Your
some
Honor.
advice. Who do you have with you there, Miss Morrissey?
It's my witness. Sorry, she can't say anything, right, Your Honor?
That's correct. She shouldn't
Oh,
be
I'm
helping
sorry.
you answer, but it sounds like you believe that that is a
She just needs an Italian sausage and a corn dog, and that would fix her right up.
accurate picture of the back of your Bronco.
It looks zoomed in, but yes, I did say I dropped off my processor within like 3, 4, maybe probably even 500 feet from the house. I made sure to not get close. That
Okay.
was, and like I said, we didn't stop. She literally got out to process serve. I parked all the way down the street on the right of her cul-de-sac.
All right. Well, I will accept the evidence at that then as
Absolutely.
the back of the car.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. And then, Ms. Farr, are there any ring cameras or anything of that nature?
I do know she has them on her home.
Okay. And do you have any? All right, so you heard her daughter, you heard Miss Ranger's daughter, and you heard Crystal talking.
Yes, ma'am.
and-
We're on a video Zoom call.
Okay. And then you went upstairs and you saw the Bronco pulling away.
Yes.
All right, thank you. I have no further questions.
Ms. Morrissey, do you have any cross-examination questions for Ms. Farr?
I do. I would like the specs on that picture because it looks far zoomed in. It does not look like an accurate representation of how close I was to the house. So I'd like the specifications of the picture, Your Honor, if I can, because I didn't object to the fact or say
To
I
the photo
didn't drop
itself,
off.
I understand.
Yes,
Ms.
it
Morris,
looks very zoomed in.
yeah, Ms. Farr, did you take the picture?
I did not.
Do you have any idea who did take the picture?
It was her daughter.
Okay, all right. And so you can't say at this point whether that picture was zoomed in. Did you ever see it in its original format when it was snapped on the phone?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. It doesn't sound like she can answer that. It would have to be the daughter who snapped the photo. As to the enlargement, any other questions, Ms. Morrissey?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
Very good, then thank you. Ms. Farr, did you observe, was the vehicle, when you observed it, was it in the drive or was it on the street?
It was on the street pulling away, driving out of the cul-de-sac.
Okay, and as far as you know, is that a private driveway? Is it for the residents only or is it a public road?
Residents only, I believe.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
Any other witnesses, Ms. McNabb?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Then do you have any witnesses, Ms. Morrissey?
I do. In terms of, this is Denise. She was my process server.
Okay.
Again, so you have to go down the street, of course, extremely far away from the home.
Well, it sounds
I
like do you want to testify first, Ms. Morrissey, and then have your process server talk?
Yes, I apologize. Yes.
Okay, let me have you swear you, and if you could raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear or affirm that your testimony today will be the truth and nothing but the
Oh
truth?
boy, this should be
I do,
good.
Your Honor.
Very good. You may proceed.
So as I stated in my first plea, not guilty, I did explain to you that I was within 300 to 500 feet. To my understanding, unless I was going to unsafely reverse the car, I had to go to the end as far as I could. And when I say end, I do not mean close to Crystal's home.
Ma'am, are you a whore?
And to where my vehicle was physically able to turn. I did not stop. My process server, I didn't put my car in park. My process server got out of my passenger door, very far away from the home. She had to walk, and she can testify for that, a certain distance to even get to the home. As I had no desire to be by the home, nor would I ever take the chance of violating the PPO. So my process server got out of the vehicle, and I turned the vehicle around the only way that you could go around in the cul-de-sac and parked down all the way at the end of her street. Like I said, it was in front of a neighbor's house, and they even came out and they were like, you know, do you need something? And I just had explained that I needed to park there for a minute, and she said, no problem. So I was not within a certain amount of feet from the home, nor was anybody cussing profanity. So my witness, Denise, will explain that situation as well, please.
My question for you, Ms. Morrissey, did you ever pull into the driveway?
Never, not once,
Okay.
Your Honor.
Not into, Ms.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No.
All right, very good. Let me see if there are any cross-examinations from Ms. McNabb for you, Ms. Morrissey, Ms. McNabb.
Just very
Absolutely.
briefly, Your Honor. Ms. Morrissey, I'm gonna bring back up that street view again. And so when you say you were parked all the way down at the end, where all the way down at the end? Over
Within,
like,
I would say within 3,000 feet of her home. So again, you would have to zoom in on that picture, because I can, within, I would say, I don't know, she had to walk all the way down the street. So
So
you
were
tell me how many feet that is. I do not believe that that's an accurate representation of the street. That to me is not. An aerial view is not going to work in terms of a street that's probably only less than a quarter of a mile in length and
Okay,
only
so-
has a one way. So no, I object to that.
okay, but were you in this part of the street where it's long, or were you in the T portion here?
I was never in the T portion.
An aerial view is not going to work. It's a picture of the effing neighborhood. That's what it is. I mean, your only shot here is to say it's not a picture of the neighborhood.
I turned around at the minute that you could turn around. I was never in the T portion. There was no need for me to go in the T portion, only to the extent that I could turn my vehicle. So however what degree it requires to turn the vehicle around, yes, that would be, I mean, unless I'm going to put the car in reverse, and I certainly don't think that that would have been safe in an area with children. The car
Okay,
was never parked.
So it was never parked. You turned it around right around here and proceeded back out the long part of the T. Oh, I think we lost her.
I think you're correct. You're gonna have to unmute, Ms. Morrissey.
I do apologize. My phone intercepted and took a call from my son's physician. I apologize.
Not a worry. It is not the first time that has happened in one of these.
Thank you.
type
I'm
of
like, oh
hearings.
my gosh, out of all times.
Yep, go ahead and you may proceed, Ms. McNabb, with your questions.
So you came down the long part of the T, you turned around here where you could turn around, and then proceeded back out the long part of the T.
Yes, so if you come down the street, you're gonna see, if you're coming down the street, okay? So you wanna put your arrow to the right from this perspective, okay? Yep, keep going, keep going. Okay, go to the left, maybe one house. Go maybe one house further. Okay, a little up a little bit. So see those two trees? Nope, you're way too far. You're way too far. Yes, I parked literally all the way down the street, literally.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor. I have no further questions.
I did, Ms. Morrissey, when you went into that drive, are there signs that you saw that indicate that it's a private drive or residents only, anything
Well,
along those lines?
You know, Your Honor, I was gonna think about that. I don't think that it did, but I can't say with 100% certainty. And like I said, it's not like I would go back to check that, but that is something, Your Honor, that I would be interested in someone finding out.
Okay, all right, but you didn't,
I
as
did
you
not see
approached
any
that
private
kind of
drive.
one way in on one way out, you
No,
didn't see a
I did
sign?
not, Your Honor. I did not. No, I did not see that.
Okay, all right, those are all my questions. Any further testimony you'd like to give, Ms. Morrissey?
Yes, I would just like my witness Denise to also testify to what happened and what occurred on that day.
Very
When she
good. Let me swear in Denise, and if you could put Denise on camera, please, and you'd raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that your testimony today will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. And if you'd state and spell your name for the record, please.
Yes, my name is Denise Diane Smith, DENISE DIANE SMITH.
Thank you, ma'am. And you may proceed with your questions, Ms. Morrissey.
Denise, when I dropped you off Did you get out of the car several feet? I would say maybe within 3,000 feet. Yeah.
Don't press it.
Send a voicemail. Sorry, they keep calling. I'd say within 300 or more feet, to the extent that I was far enough away to literally only be able to turn the car before you even got out of the car. Didn't even park the car
No, you
before you
didn't
could
park
go
the
up.
car. You drove me out, dropped me off. You didn't park it. In fact, I opened the door prematurely and jumped out because I was anxious to get there. And then you drove away quite a far distance away. I walked up to the door, rolled up the subpoena and put it in the doorknob, rang the bell, turned around, walked away.
And how far did you have to walk down the street to get to my car?
Quite a ways. I would say at least half a block.
Did you yell profanity like Crystal did say in the immediate one at her daughter Lexi while she was in Australia?
Nothing was said. Nothing was said.
Thank you. Thank you, Denise. That'll be it for today, Your Honor.
Thank you. Any cross-examination questions, Ms. McNabb?
Yes, Your Honor. Oh, could you put the camera back on, Ms.
Yeah, it
Smith,
should
please?
still be on Denise here. There we go. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Ms. Smith, you said you kind of jumped out of the car because you were really anxious. Where were you dropped off? And I have my little map here.
Before we even
Well, it wasn't in the driveway. I know that much. It was before you get to the, as she turned around, it was right at the T.
Okay, so just because I'm a visual learner.
Sure, honey.
So right around here is where you hopped out, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, and then she
Not
went.
even that close though. Like as soon as you could turn.
Your
So
Honor,
you're
I
taking
need
your
the witness
arrow.
to testify.
Okay, sorry.
Right there, yes.
Yeah, so like right here,
Yes,
turn around, she went back down here.
yes, yes.
Park. Okay. All right. And then, sorry, I'm just trying to find. And it's your testimony that Ms. Morrissey never shouted anything or made any gestures or anything towards the house or anybody in it.
That's correct, and neither did I.
Right. Okay. Where did that go? Apologies. One issue with technology is trying to keep everything straight. Figure out which thing is which. All right. So Ms. Smith, I'm going to show you a video that I'd like marked as proposed exhibit 3. I click here to share, and then I click here. And I just want you to confirm, is this an accurate representation of what happened while you were at the... So is that you coming up the walk?
We can't see it, Ms. McNabb.
I can't see it, honey.
Oh, my Lord. Okay. Ah, technology. All right. Can you see it now?
Yes, I can.
All right. Is that you coming up the walk in the clothes you were
Yes.
wearing on that day?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, Your Honor, I'd like to move to have this admitted as Exhibit 3.
Any objection, Ms. Morrissey, to number 3, or Ms. Morris, I'm sorry.
That is Denise Smith. I did not walk up with her, but that is her, correct?
Okay, so
person that-
you agree it's an accurate videotape, I guess.
Yes, if she says that that's how she presented it, yes. I
Very well.
believe that she's telling us, Your Honor, yes.
I'll allow it to be admitted as an exhibit.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I have no further. Ms. Smith, when you pulled in when Ms. Morrissey was driving you in, did you see any signs that indicated that this was a private street or for residents only?
No, ma'am.
Okay, but it is in the
I don't know what it's called.
okay, but it's in a condo development. Lots of
There
the
were
same-
condos there, yes.
Okay, lots of the same kind of house in one little spot space.
Yeah. I call them townhomes, but you can call them condos.
All right, thank you. No further questions at this time, Your Honor.
All right, and Ms. Smith, you knew to go to that address because you knew the house number, and that's why you picked that door and that individual
Yes.
residence to go to. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep. Any follow-up questions, Ms. Morris?
Yes, so obviously the address was on the paperwork, but Your Honor, You know, at first, I will say that this was something I didn't want, let's say per se, on my record. But I would like to keep the PPO in place.
Okay, well, we're not gonna do that right now. That's more
Okay.
for you can include that in your closing argument if you wish. I was just inviting any more questions you had for Miss Morris. Or I'm sorry, Miss Smith, getting my names
Oh, I'm
crossed.
sorry. Okay, I'm confused. Sorry, Your Honor. No, not at this time.
Okay, very good then, Ms. Smith. You may step down from the witness stand. And do you have any additional witnesses or other evidence to present, Ms. Morris?
In terms of my objection or in terms of her coming into my space and calling me?
No, in terms of your objection to the idea that you violated the PPO.
I do not at this time. I am still pleading not guilty, Your Honor. No objections.
Okay, well, then we are to the time for a closing statement. So, Ms. McNabb, I'll let you go first.
Thank you, Your Honor. I think we've proven beyond a reasonable doubt that no matter how briefly it happened, Ms. Morrissey did appear at Ms. Ranger's home. It's a quick Google search shows you that, the Ledgestone condos, that is a private road. I can't speak to whether or not there were signs there, however. This was obviously very distressing for Ms. Ranger and her daughter. I understand that paperwork needs to be served. It needs to be served properly. However, there was no need for Ms. Morrissey to be the one driving and dropping off or coming anywhere near that home. So I would ask
Denise
that
does
you.
not drive, ma'am. So I'm objecting to that.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to give you a chance, Ms. Morrissey, but it's Ms. McNabb's opportunity now.
Other arrangements could have been made. So, and I would, especially with that one-way street, with there being the only place to turn is essentially directly in front of Miss Ranger's home. Thank you.
All right, very good. Ms. Morris.
Yes, just one moment, please. I guess my last question would be for Miss Ranger. Was she at the home?
Well, I think that's already been answered
Okay.
Mr. McNabb
Okay, sounds
indicated
good.
she was in Australia.
Okay,
That's my understanding.
so I guess my other question would be, have I ever called you, texted you, made you
Well,
feel
we're not doing the
threatened?
questions. She's off the witness stand. This is your closing argument that I shouldn't find you in violation of the PPO.
I do not, if it's pertaining to that, yes, Your Honor, you should not find me in violation of the PPO. No, you should not, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Well, I have heard the testimony today, and the PPO that I signed back in, it's like May the 1st, I think we entered this, indicated that the following items are prohibited. And that one of them under paragraph 5A is appearing at the residence of the petitioner, which is the one alleged to be violated today, specifically by Miss Morris when she drove her Miss Smith, who was going to serve as process server, to that location and had her drop off a motion to terminate the PPO. And obviously, in order to do that, Miss Smith at her direction did have to enter onto property owned by petitioner. But after all, at the end of the day, she was there to drop off a legal document, which of course you could hire a process server to do as well. But nonetheless, I think it was a wise choice to have an uninvolved person, that is Miss Smith, do the service. Obviously, to go on the property yourself would have violated, and the fact that Miss Morris did not do that herself indicates that she was trying to abide by the terms of the protective order. Further, she's testified today, and though she did drive in the vicinity of that house, and the photo of the back of her car indicates that she was in the vicinity, that she didn't stop in the vicinity only long enough to have Miss Smith come out of the vehicle and then pulled down, which is a single, access street as far as she thought she could, and then waited by the side of the road for Miss Smith to return. Again, a wise choice not to linger in the area. There were allegations that, profanities were shouted or something along those lines, but I can't find that those occurred here beyond a reasonable doubt. So I do, and further, Ms. Morris testified too that, even if that might be a private street, she did not notice those markings, which I will note sometimes are very clear and sometimes aren't as clear at the entrance to a private road that would indicate it's for residents only. And in any case, are usually owned collectively by the condominium association, obviously not by Miss Ranger herself to the degree it would be considered her property. So I do think it is a close call on this, but I don't think I can find beyond a reasonable doubt that Miss Morris intentionally violated the court's order by serving that motion to terminate utilizing Miss Smith in the way that she did. She didn't go into the driveway. She didn't linger in front of the house. She didn't try to communicate in any other way. She simply dropped off Miss Smith, who went to the door, rang the door, acted appropriately, delivered the paperwork, left it at the door, and then departed. So I can't find that those would amount to a violation to warrant sanction for violating the protective order. However, protective order does remain in place, and I would caution Ms. Morris, if there are additional documents to serve, I would recommend using a private process server or another party, or who would drive themselves there so that you aren't even in jeopardy, should that be a private road, of violating the PPO. Because of course, anytime you're seen and on one hand you say, well, Miss Ranger wasn't there. Well, it's almost worse that she wasn't there, because then her teenage daughter and Nanny are trying to deal with, gee, this person's not supposed to be here and it looks like they're here. What do we do about this? To avoid any future confusion regarding that, since the protective order does remain in place, just simply avoid that location at all times. So consider yourself warned. I gave you a bye this time, but if it happened again, lightning usually does not strike twice in occasions like this. So I would avoid that and figure out a different way to serve legal documents, recognizing that those have to be served, but that there are some different options to have them served, including hiring a process server, even though that does cost money. That does also keep you out of hot water in a situation like this. So I won't find a violation this time, but will be warned, since there has been testimony that it is a private drive, whether well marked or not. You shouldn't even be going down that driveway in the future. Figure out some different way to drop
Absolutely, Your
off
Honor.
documents.
And then, Your Honor, I totally agree. I will choose a different route next time to prevent anything like this. My only concern today is, should I be saving my phone records? Since she has already openly said that I'm calling her under restricted numbers.
Shut up. He's not your attorney.
What would be your suggestion there?
He already leaned for you. Now shut up. You're absolutely were in violation. I understand his ruling as well, but he could have gone either way. In his discretion, he leaned for you. Now shut up.
I would
It seems to
suggest
be a
save
pattern
anything
for
that
her.
might be of evidentiary value if she files another violation
Yeah.
alleging those calls that she's
Yep.
already got. Although she does say they are coming from, undisclosed numbers, which are very difficult to identify, and of course, you have to be cautious as well, Ms. Morrissey, because it couldn't be you or anyone that she might construe as being at your direction, i.e. it's not okay to
Yes.
have someone else or a friend call.
Yes, I live
and
alone.
they-
I have one private phone number for business and for grad school. And I'll just make sure, like I continue to do,
Nobody cares.
just to keep all phone records, because I certainly have no desire to communicate or see Ms. Ranger. It's just the
Okay.
best for both of us. Thank you.
I
Your
think
Honor.
that's an excellent idea, just to be safe going forward.
Yeah, thank
All
you.
right, with that, we are concluded for today. Thank you.
All right, I messed up and I don't have clips yet. So we're gonna have to do it this way. I think it's time. I think it's time for this. I can't make it work. How come there's no volume on it?
UK, you know what I'm talking about. Well, I'm looking at these messages, says, don't act clueless, bitch. UK, you know what I'm talking about. Crying face, anyways, by prostitute. And then response, you just want to make up something. You the same BITC that was getting bust down like brick in Ottawa basement. Yo mama with her big ass. Who's that talking?
That's
That was too fun. Sorry, it took me a second. I had to share my screen for my own short. Whatever. I got to do this again too because it got messed up in the last one.
New Park Ridge Apartments versus Sherry Tubbs.
I know we saw it, but that stream is gone. It went bye-bye.
Hello.
Hi,
What's your name?
Jerry Tubbs.
All right. You like Mickey Mouse?
Probably.
Never mind. I'm just looking at your shirt. It was Mickey.
Oh,
How you doing? Okay. All right, where your boys living?
okay, let's take it. Oh, bro.
Okay. All right. Where are we on this?
I think we're ready to talk about the terms of a COD.
Okay. All right. Good.
I have documentation that Ms. Tubbs or someone has done an address change with the United States Post. It was for Mr. Gardner. You remember, Your Honor, this is
Yes.
Mr. Gardner had her place listed on the sex offender registry. Regardless of whether he was living there at some time, he's not living there now. She will not allow him to live there. If he comes there, she will call the police. She'll agree to have him trespassed. Her two sons, whose names are,
Jimmy and James
what's her last name?
Johnson.
Jimmy and James Johnson, may not live there or visit. She'll comply with the terms of the lease. I will notify the Ypsilanti Police Department that Mr. Gardner does not live there, that his address on the sex offender registry is incorrect. I'll provide them a copy showing that that's no longer his address so that they can take care of the enforcement. If she does all of those things, this matter will remain dismissed. She has to do all of those things for 1 year.
All right. Well,
Yeah. I too want to apologize for the last time I was here, intoxicated, remember?
I remember.
Oh.
We were wondering if you did.
You were what, a 0.224? I remember.
Oh.
And you know, when you get in touch, you just talk.
I know.
I'm
nervous.
I know you just say stuff.
And I should say that if the landlord holds her responsible for the court costs, that she's going to have to make arrangements to pay those. But
Okay.
and I don't know if they are.
If they are.
Plan is on that. They want her to be able to stay.
Gotcha.
Just has to take care of business.
Oh, well.
Okay. And you understand all those terms?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right. You have any question regarding any of that?
No, I did not.
Would you give Mr. Fink permission to sign your name to the conditional order of dismissal if it meets those same terms?
Yes.
All right. I do have to advise you, since you're unrepresented by counsel, that from the time of my signing, you have 3 business days to think about it. If you believe that there's some legal reason, some misunderstanding, some confusion, or some right you didn't assert, you'd have to file a motion with the court within that time frame.
Okay,
Okay, you understand all that?
understood.
Any other questions?
I have one question.
Uh-oh.
You really have 33 grandchildren?
32.
32.
You have 32 grandchildren.
Twice what I have.
That
5 girls and 32 grandkids. I know.
Okay, so, well, Mr. Fink got a question, I got a question. You didn't have a beer for breakfast this morning?
No, no.
Okay, all right,
No.
just thought I'd ask. All right.
Okay, thank you.
You take care. Have a good weekend, but not too bad. You remember what you told me about? Because I told you weren't supposed to drink
Yeah,
coming in here.
exactly.
What was your answer to me?
I said I wasn't going to drink on the 26th, but I might have a drink on the 27th.
Okay, you remember. Okay, all right. Have a good weekend. Actually, I think it was. I won't have a drink until the 27th. So it wasn't like if. Sparrowwood Apartments versus Regina Agnew. Uh-oh.
Nervous. I need to do one big cough and I can't right now. Hello, how are you?
Ma'am,
Mr. Fink, huh? Nice to meet you.
that's me. Well, I'm one of the Mr. Sphinx.
All right, all right.
When you two get finished, let me know.
All right. Would you like me to state my name for the record? Look, I know.
I don't know that I can stop you. State your name, please.
Is that right?
To who?
Is that?
Put this on Zoom. Get all my business out.
He's a good man.
I know.
Was a good
He
man.
resting in peace.
Yeah, he was a good man.
Yeah. Father-in-law. Father-in-law.
Yeah, I sit here on the bench and read.
Mate,
I feel like
my mate named Johnson.
Which Johnson?
Johnsons. My Johnsons are good Johnsons. Well, you said that like you. Well, Johnsons that grew up on Ainsworth. So my dad. Oh yeah. For this.
Sherry Tubbs.
Right now. Hello, how are you?
Ma'am,
Mr. Fink, huh? Nice to meet you.
that's me. Well, I'm one of the Mr. Sphinx.
All right, all right.
When you two get finished, let me know.
All right. Would you like me to state my name for the record? Look, I know.
I don't know that I can stop you. State your name, please.
Is that right?
To who?
Is that?
Ezel?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Put this on Zoom. Get all my business out.
He's a good man.
I know.
Was a good
He
man.
resting in peace.
Yeah, he was a good man.
Yeah. Father-in-law. Father-in-law.
Yeah, I sit here on the bench and read.
Mate,
I feel like
my mate named Johnson.
Which Johnson?
Johnsons. My Johnsons are good Johnsons. Well, you said that like you. Well, Johnsons that grew up on Ainsworth. So my dad. Oh yeah. For this. I
have no idea.
So when I got here, you just kept on walking. So I thought maybe Robert told you to come in here and put the gloves on. But I want to say my name for the record. Hi, Your Honor. My name is Regina Agnew.
Yes.
My sister wanted to hang out. She's in town visiting. And I told her, I said, I got to go see my guy. She said, who's your guy? I said, the man that wear the black robe and have a gavel. She said, "Oh, you didn't tell me about that. I know you didn't. My dad gonna be looking down that." I said, "You know, I was on."
You're on Zoom, you know.
I know.
Okay.
That's not. I'm just my dad looking down that he's in heaven. So, all right, come on, we can proceed.
Okay, all right.
Uh-oh.
1509.
Not well. I paid 409 today
Okay, so that'll take you down to
to
11.
1100,
Yeah.
and I jotted some notes down. I did a hardship with my employer, so that will direct deposit into my account. It said the 29th, so that's why I said the 30th. You know how the banks take.
Well, I'll make this the 13th and you do the rest with Robert.
Oh, the remaining, the
Or you
1100.
work out any.
You all right? I'm so glad you know my father-in-law. Yeah. Thank you.
Your Honor, we've got a consent judgment.
You.
Also rent in the amount of $1,279, cost of $230 for a total of $1,509, but she paid $400 today.
409.
409, so she's down to $1,100, assuming that payment clears.
It will. It did.
Extended the redemption date to the 13th. This is a possession and money judgment. And as soon as you sign right there, the judge is going to tell you the 3 days. You heard him tell other
Just need
people.
my glorious signature.
I just need your Regina.
Yeah.
Wait.
Right.
Johnson.
Yeah. You have a great one.
Yeah, but it's good looking.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Raised to keep it good looking.
Who'd you live next to?
I ain't well, my dad, who, you know the wife?
Yeah.
You know
Next to the
that
race.
wife?
I know Grady and I were saying.
Oh, okay.
I used to blame him for this. I thought it was from him processing it.
Oh,
Turns out my kids have it too, so I don't think it's Grady's fault.
well, I'm from, I came out of Belleville High School.
Sorry.
Sorry, Tigers all day. See, roar. You know that's that tiger roar.
Are you okay?
Oh, someone fell. Oh my God. You need a hug.
Can you get up?
Yes, well, my grandparents. Yeah. Do you know the Johnsons? My dad's Ronald Johnson. You know Ronald Johnson?
He's a good Gypsy High School in 72. Of course I do. He was awesome.
You know, my daddy was a good man.
Yeah, he was.
Yes. His wife passed away, which was my mother and my sister's mother, and he became a widower and a single parent of 2 girls raised my sister and I. Did an awesome
He was
job.
around the corner from producer. Well, he did around Teresa Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you tell Robert to stop bringing me to court then? So we have a family tree.
I'll tell him that you get a special seat in the courtroom.
Okay,
You're all done? Okay. Okay. You signed this. You signed this consent judgment. You don't have any.
Don't tell me that.
See, this is
the blue oval for motor company.
Do you have any questions regarding anything on this consent
No,
judgment?
I'm good, Your Honor. 13.
Oh yeah, that.
Ms. Ag, do you have any questions?
No, I don't have any questions, but
okay.
I have a Oh, you did outro comment.
But you gotta listen to this.
Okay.
From the time of my signing, I'm gonna sign it right now. You have 3 business days to think about this. If you believe that there's some legal reason, some misunderstanding, some confusion, or some right you didn't assert, you'd have to file a motion with the court within 3 business days. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Yeah, all right, very good. In this case, I entered the judgment.
Can I come shake your hand? Can I approach the bench? Is that how you
If
say
it's
it?
gonna, yeah. I'll tell you.
Oh,
Come
no.
on.
You all
Oh, no.
Bless you. All right. Thank you. We'll miss you.
You okay over there? I can give you a hug. Take care. Okay. See, we have to stay positive.
Yeah, absolutely. Miss Agnew, you have a blessed weekend.
As well. And guess what? Go ahead.
Okay.
Well, educated, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I can sit there, well.
You know,
Hamilton Crossing versus Veronica Whitsett, Hamilton Crossing 2 versus Brandy Coast, and New Park Ridge versus Melinda Ostrander. Those matters are dismissed promptly in this motion without prejudice. That is it. I didn't think we'd get past Agnew, but we did. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Ann. Anna, don't know. I don't know, the whole chair thing. We'll teach you. We'll work with you on that.
There you have it. There you have it. Thank you all for hanging with me. That was an internet nightmare. I spent the entire time trying to keep the thing going. We almost made it the second time, but no. And then it got to the point where it was just personal. It's like I'm finishing these damn clips. I don't care if I'm the only one here. I'm finishing them. We got her done. It was good stuff. Thanks to everybody for the awesome clips. I actually have another one that I couldn't get to because of all this messing around. Maybe I'll do it later or tomorrow or something. All right. Thank y'all for coming out. I appreciate it.